Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer. For Friday morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the hottest spot in town. This is your Sunshine. And of course, you're into Sunshine's Corner. Want to say a beautiful Friday morning to you. Can you believe it? We've made it through another week. No, better yet, can you believe this? We're at the end of the year. We've got what, less than 2 weeks? Can you believe that? That tells me something. Time is flying right on by. But listen, I want you to be just as attentive as every day to make sure you tell somebody when you want to know what's happening in and around our community. You've got it locked into Sunshine right here on Blab TV. And today, you see, it's not going to be any different. Why? Because, you know, if you think back a couple of months back, well, just last month, as a matter of fact, we were talking about with the veterans what we were doing with a fundraising event that we were taking place right there on November the 16th out at the, it was on Scenic Hills Clubhouse. So listen to this. We've got my two good friends in here this morning, got them up early, and I tell you, Robert said, well, I'll be there. And I tell you, then we got Pete. He said, I didn't know Pete was coming till later last night, but that's okay. Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning.
Wonderful. Well, look, thanks for getting up. But let me say this, first of all, in your face and in front of everybody else. I had so much fun at the fundraiser that we did. It was, I mean, when I got home, my feet were doing this. I had on those heels. I said, I can't take these off because I said, this is too much fun right here. But look, we did such a phenomenal, I mean, the atmosphere that was in the room, the atmosphere that was there at the clubhouse was absolutely great because everybody, I think, we were on one accord for the reason behind what was being done that night and for the great things that we're doing it for. And we're going to talk about that today because I just want the community to know when we say we're doing something, we go all the way, and it was absolutely fantastic. And you know, I got to say this too. I saw our pictures in the magazine. Yes, and I tell you, Robert had this big old face. I'm like, but it was great, and I want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of that event. It was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. So glad that you made time to do it because it wouldn't have been as exciting and successful as it was without you.
Oh, come on, Robert.
Yeah.
How true it is. How true it is. So we enjoyed having you, and I know our guests were just so excited that you were there and getting everyone into the groove. That was important, and you did an outstanding job.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm in my element then. And I got to say this because I think I told you guys about it because my neighbor, Mr. Ed, I took him a magazine to show him his picture. He said, oh my God. He said, I got a big picture. I'm up in the corner spot. But no, I love to see all of the good things that you're doing. I even have gone as far as I had the chaplain on with me. After that, I had him on his show too.
Timothy, yeah.
And then because he's doing such great things, but that all culminates of what we're doing together as a community for the veterans. And the things that the veterans do, I think is great. Now, we're going to talk about something today because we'll talk about, I call him my puppy, the little vest. I mean, let's talk about that and give the story behind that, Pete, if you don't mind.
Sure. It came to our attention that some of the canine dogs from the city of Pensacola were not fully protected with armor, which is their vest.
That's right.
We find that hard to believe, and as most of us are dog lovers, animal lovers, we thought we should do something about that if we could. So I went ahead and I made contact with the organization that makes vests for the canines, and they actually have a contract with the city, so they're well aware of that. And we just decided to make that a secondary effort at the event. Our primary effort was the Maxwell Respite Center.
Right.
And we decided to bring it to the attention of our guests that we have a mission. We would like to have a fundraising effort to buy vests for the dogs that need them.
Absolutely.
And there are 4 dogs that need them. At this point, we have raised enough money to buy 1 vest.
Right.
And we will be presenting that this afternoon, as a matter of fact.
How beautiful, how beautiful. And you know what people got to realize, if you've ever seen, because I've seen the dogs, how they, the puppies, because they are so, I've had a couple on the show. They come to you, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
People got to realize they are trained. This is protection for you. So we're giving protection for them. because they're out there fighting right there with the police officer protecting us.
Well, most of the time, they're in advance of the police officer.
Exactly.
And the police officers are protected with vests, rightfully so.
Absolutely.
And our goal is to make sure that the puppies are also.
Absolutely. And I can't get this out of my I keep this vision in my head. If you think back several months ago, when how such a hero that puppy was that jumped over the bridge. I thought that was, I never dreamed. I said, oh my God, but he's a hero. And I think about that. So what are we saying to you today? Do you see just how important it is, why this is being done? Because of what they're trained to do, this is our protection.
Right. Yes.
To be safe for us.
It is. It
And
is.
I think that is absolutely marvelous that you had the idea, you brought the idea to fruition to make it even better so that we can have more to do more. So you got one, we need 3 more.
We need 3 more, and donations are accepted on our website,
That's where I'm
which
going.
is vetcvfoundation.org.
Right.
And we need approximately $3,500 more.
That's right.
And we'd like to get it as soon as possible so we can get all the canines protected.
Absolutely. So did you hear that? So you can still donate to that cause today. I always tell you, when it's something that's important, let's reach a little bit deeper, because there's something that's a need of. It's not a want, it's a need. So that's why we're emphasizing this today. So let's get them protected, because if you're out there and you're in a situation, don't you want to be protected? He could be that person, or that puppy could be the person that's going to save you. Robbie's smiling, but I'm just telling it like it is, Robbie.
That's true. Amen.
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 But you guys do so much. It's unbelievable. Now that there's the holidays and all of this, and I had Nita was on the other day.
That's right. Yeah.
And she was talking about the things that we've got coming up to work with to help with the veterans, right? And I just want to say this openly, and no, everybody will hear this. Anything that I can do, and as far as getting the word out or being a part of, I am only a text or a phone call away, because that's just how pleased I am to be working with you in all that you do to make a difference here in our community.
And she answers her text too, because I do it all
Does
the
she?
time.
I tell you,
Okay.
I answer.
Yeah.
Good.
I answer. I'm not the one that will look and say, oh, I'll get that later. No, you'll be seeing me here sometime. I'm like this, Pete.
Yep.
But it's the fact of it is, when you say you're going to do something, I think when you find the cause,
Right.
be a part of it. Don't say, if you cannot, say it. You know what I'm saying? We are trying to make a difference. And I think what we all should think about, when you say veterans, what are you thinking about then? What they've already done for us already. You know? You've already given so much. So what the applause of this is, to let's continue to make a difference together. There's so much of a need here in our community that we need to be working on. That I know that with the Veterans Administration and all of this, I know we've talked about some things that we want to be working on, as far as even just making sure with them getting the help they need, because the facilities are here for them to get that. And it's easy for them to reach out just to talk to even Robbie tell them about the educational part that you do. I'd like to have people what you do at PSC.
Oh, okay. I run the Veterans Upward Bound program, which is a college prep program for low-income first-generation vets, sponsored by the Department of Education.
Right.
Yeah. So, and it helps them to prolong the use of their GI Bill.
Okay.
Because that money, I mean, it's a lot of money, but certain things that you don't account for, you can run out.
Absolutely.
Real quick. Yeah.
Tell me, you sure
I
can.
mean, education is important, but it's expensive.
But yes, it is. But you see, but that program that you have, I'm not sure if everybody realizes that program is even there. I mean, you got to think about that, because a lot of people, they may say what I found out the other day, don't even realize some of all the things that are available for the veterans. I mean, and I think like this, I don't know why I keep saying it with the holidays, but even now, you know how it's all about family. And I feel like when we are part of an organization, veterans, that's a family. So there are things that they need to know that they can do to get the help that they need, even in situations like this. There are places where they can go. I see people on the street. We see that. We hate that when they say that I'm a veteran. And some people, I have learned from Niels that I thought some of these people were kidding. He said, no, that's real.
But see, the word gets put out, though, for people like you. That's why it's so important that we stay engaged and let you know the things that we're working on and going on.
Exactly.
And we really appreciate what you do when you do those things for us.
Well, you know me. I sometimes you have to tell me to stop because I talk so much.
Don't
Which
stop.
is good. Which is good.
Yeah.
But you know, even though with that, when I think about that, what Niels had told me about, in fact, with the people, because I thought that even there's a program for families that people, when they get like that, because I've seen families on the street, and I honestly thought that was a joke. I said, no, they got those babies out there. Why is that? But they may not have anywhere even to go but in that car. And the things that they are reaching for, that they can have taken care of, there are programs that they can get in touch with, right, by going through. Give us a process, because with the holidays, there may be some people out there that know somebody that needs the help. You know?
We have so many programs around here. So I'm going to quote Jamie Wells of Defenders of Freedom. It's not competition, it's cooperation. And so you can pretty much contact any one of the multiple vet programs out here. UWF has a website of resources that you can go to, and it lists all of us that are in the Escambia and Santa Rosa County area of the resources that are available.
At UWF?
Yes.
Now, see, I didn't know that.
On their website, yes.
Okay.
It's a veterans resource from the Military Resource Center, which is ran by Lori Milchrist. And she had created that, and that's just a PDF that can be downloaded.
You can go to download it?
And it's like 50-something pages of resources. So there's plenty of resources. It's just a matter of getting the word out and finding the ones that could help you.
Okay. Now, let's say somebody, how can we do with these people that are displaced that's on the streets?
Okay.
How you say, okay,
People are proud. So, you know, Pensacola and Escambia County as a whole has a lot of resources, but, you know, it's just hard to get people to come in.
Even though they're going through that situation?
Yeah. I mean, I can think of myself as a man. It makes me feel a kind of way when I can't protect and or help my family. So I think you have a lot of that out there right now.
Really?
Yes, it's unfortunate. Robbie and I are both veterans, different eras.
Of course.
I'm much younger than him.
I can tell.
But I have found through my experience working with veterans, trying to assist them in whatever their needs might be, they don't want to, and they don't trust working with government agencies. They just don't want to walk in to the VA or any other organization because they don't trust them, especially of different generations. Coming from my generation, coming back from Vietnam, which was a bad time in our lives, we weren't well received back here. So today, we fast forward to suicide, and we use that magic number of 22, 23 a day. Military personnel are committing suicide.
22, 23 a day?
A day. What's even more scarier from that is that somewheres, not accurate, somewheres between 2 and 4 of those suicides are from the Vietnam era. That's going back 50 years. But they're carrying such a burden. They departmentalized themselves all these years, but have reached a point for some reason and called it quits. And they absolutely would not turn to a government agency for help because of how we were treated coming back. So Rob is right. There's tons of veterans organizations that we can help, but how we get them in-house to help them is a task in itself. Forget about what we can offer them, because there's nothing we can't provide, not only ourselves, but because of our partnerships throughout the communities of different organizations, we can get it done. Because not one organization can do everything.
No, can't.
Period. So we find ourselves on the wiser side of the story. We have accumulated resources of a lot of different groups.
Hey, what is the fear that they have? I mean, has that been determined yet? What are the distrust, should I say, about coming to the organizations that can help them? What would that stem from?
I think Rob is right. You know, if it's a man, he feels less than whole, and he doesn't want a handout. There is a big difference between generations, even a few years back. Today, they just are hesitant because they feel less than whole, less than complete, if they have to get a handout.
Oh
That's what we're trying to overcome. We're trying to go to them.
Right.
Think of your average vet. You would think that every vet would be enrolled at the VA right now for services. They're not, because they don't think that they deserve it or are eligible for it. So that's one example of what we're going through in the veteran community.
My God. These are questions that I think that we can all get answers for out there, and they're breaking it down so eloquently so that we can just understand this. But look, we are talking with two veterans right here today, and they're telling us things that I have always had in my heart, and I wondered why, but it's being answered today. So if you want to be a part of this conversation, please, 850-432-7768. That's the number you can call or text, and we'll be back with more and reaching deeper so we can try to find a solution right here on Blab TV.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sonshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sonshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
At Pensacola Habitat for Humanity, we believe every child should have a safe place to grow. That's why we work with you and the community to build not just a house, but a home.
She worked very hard to get this house. I really appreciate that because, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here right now.
When you help build a home, you build a future. Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner on this Friday edition. You know how close we are to Christmas. We all look, what? Christmas is Wednesday. Can you believe that? Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. I'm Mrs. Claus. I'm getting ready for Mr. Claus. Ho, ho, ho. But ladies, I can put a smile on your face. I'll get you to smile.
Yeah, you can.
But we are talking about things today that are so prevalent in our community. And I believe in keeping things top of mind. If we keep it top of mind, that will cause a person to think twice and do more. And I think that the repetition counts when you want to see that result. We were talking off camera about the fact how some of the veterans are not used to having to ask for help. When you're in the military, everything is there for you. But then when you come back to the States and things are as they are, and it's a difficult time for people to ask for that. But is there ways that we can get them to understand to trust again? Because I think that boils down to trust.
It absolutely does. One of the largest problems that we see and are encountered today is what you just mentioned. Someone's coming back from their tour, they're going to be discharged.
Right.
They're looking at a transition. 4 years in the military, and they're coming out, and they walk through the gates for the last time. They don't know what direction to turn for the most part. Not all, but they don't know. Simply because for those 4 years, they were told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and if they need resources, like Rob said, it's right there at their hands. So they didn't have to think a lot about that. They had to think and act on their duties or whatever they may be. But now they just cross that gate. And who's going to help them? Who's going to lead them? Have you planned for the future? Have you planned financially? Do you have a job? Do you have housing? The transition is a real big problem that we're all concerned with. And then we're all concerned with how we get the attention of these people so we can help them.
Right.
And when they come out, they sort of scatter, and most of them start doing things on their own, which is not necessarily effective.
But of course.
And cumbersome. Then they start to get down, and they start to succumb to a lot of weight on their shoulders. And that's when different medical conditions start to take place. And we'd like to prevent that.
Absolutely.
As well as all other organizations, veterans organizations. Our goal is to help, especially, and we've now recognized that the transition is really a serious problem. And I personally do not believe the military is doing enough to train during that transition and educate them on getting out and what to do. There is programs, but I don't think they're in depth.
We get out, and I suffer from this. We get out with a sense of purpose, no sense of purpose now. I mean, for me, 24 years, I had a purpose. War fighting.
Oh, so you were in the 20?
Yes.
You were in the military for 24 years.
Yes. Now I get out. I have a family. What's my purpose now? Well, yes, my family is my purpose, but what is my other purpose? And that's one of the reasons why we get involved in these organizations. A sense of purpose, and you have a lot of people out there because you asked that question. It's a lack of purpose, and it's hard to find that purpose.
You said something that caused my eyes to stretch when you said, "I've been in the military now 10 years." Now I'm walking out when that door closes. I'm stepping into unfamiliar territory now. And therefore, what am I going to do? So when you're there, maybe this is a question I'm asking, since you've been with the leadership, whereas, okay, you knew at 6 o'clock in the morning, I got to do this. 10 o'clock, I got to do this. But when you come out, is that not a plan that you can start before and you know you're going to get out that will help you? Or is it that the fear that, oh, I'm out and I'm just there? Do you understand what I'm asking?
There is one, but I'll use myself as an example. So when I was stationed overseas, when you get out, you're overseas. So you have to get everything packed up where you're living at, and then you move out, and then you get out here. And family in tow. Find food, shelter, all these other things. Find a job. So there's a lot of things going on.
That people like myself have not thought about. So therefore, this is why I'm bringing this out. When we see these people on the streets, or when we see these people that are in need, let's not do the frown. Let's see what we can do to help. And I believe, and I'll say this till I can't say it anymore, I honestly believe when we put all of our resources together, we can change and do anything. And we have to learn to work together. And I would say, especially with our veterans, because of what they've already done. Look at the years, Robbie, 24 years. How many years?
Unfortunately, my career was cut short. Serving 2 tours in Vietnam. I was injured on my second tour. I was medically retired, and I was only able to serve 7 out of my long career plans. So,
but still, look at the time that you put in, and look at the let me say this. Look when you, by the time what you did do, but you got medically released, so therefore something had to happen. Do you understand? You see the big picture that I'm trying to paint, that we as civilians who've never had to do that, we should stop frowning, I think. Just like even with the dog that we're trying to raise, we need 3 more puppies. We need at least $3,500. If you go to the website, that's where you can make donations. Even with the things like that, I think when you educate yourself to learn what's really needed and know the whole story, it's easy for you to go out there. The fact of it is, when they say veteran, I think you should help. Because of the fact of what you've given for us to fight for us anyway, for those who did not choose military. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I believe that from the bottom of my heart that's what we should be doing. And when a person goes in, when you see people, even the ones, what's the guy name that I see on TV? He's a country singer, and he always when he works with the veterans.
Trace Atkins.
Trace Atkins. Okay.
Toby Keith, another one too.
Oh, no. Toby Keith, before it broke my heart when Toby Keith died, because I just love Toby Keith.
He was the Bob Hope of this generation.
Yes. I love, and I'll go back and, did you ever see the movie with him?
Yes.
Oh, makes me cry. I'm a Toby Keith fan. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I love country music too. I love music. But the fact of it is, but when you see that, and you see the people that are working together to make that difference, I mean, like with Chase, with that voice, and you know what he's talking about. Let's do this to help our veterans. And that's what I'm saying to you today. Let's do that to help with the veterans, what we're doing, even to try to get the animals that with the police department for our protection. All of it can help. Your dime and my dime goes together, we got 20 cents. Now you add another somebody, do you understand what I'm trying to paint the picture? Yep. Because it is utterly important for all that you do. When I talk about that, I'm trying to paint the whole picture to bring it all the way around for what you do, but yet you're giving to help somebody else. Yep. Talk to me, somebody. I mean, that's just my little cliche.
Well, it's true. That's true. And another problem we encounter, which most don't think of, is what we call survivor remorse.
Okay.
A combat veteran would come back, we call it to the world. This is what we call the world. When we're in country, we're someplace else. When we come back, this is the world.
Okay.
That's how we term this. And you come back and your buddies didn't come back, and you're standing here at the street corner wondering which direction I should go and why am I here. That carries an extreme large burden on one. I personally have experienced that so much so that it could have smothered me very easily if I allowed it, because you're asking, 1 minute I'm sitting next to a fellow Marine, next minute they're no longer there and you're still here, but you've got to do what you're doing at the point in time. But when that all settles down and you're back at base camp or you come back into the world, why am I here? And I've got to contact those families and talk to them. How am I going to explain why I'm here? That's a very, very difficult to overcome. And if you walk through those gates and you're being transitioned out, you could ask yourself that, or ask yourself a simple question: what's next?
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, a lot of them don't have the answer to what's next. That's where we are trying to step in.
And I gotta say this. Now you're gonna say, "Oh, she's watched a lot of TV," but no. Okay. When I find something that I like, is a message there, I'll watch it over and over and over. Forrest Gump, Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Okay. Lieutenant Dan did not want to live.
No.
But Forrest Gump picked him up. Lieutenant Dan, I mean, he brought him right on back. But Lieutenant Dan, when he found him, he said, I don't have anything else. I don't have anything else. What am I going to do? I don't have anything else. I can't do anything. And I use that when I look at the movie, when I see Lieutenant Dan, how he pushed Forrest Gump away, but Forrest Gump never would stop.
No.
And then when he came, Lieutenant Dan, you got legs. I mean, but the fact of it is, do you see the story what brought that to that when you say, when they come out and with the people that were killed in his camp that he was with, and Lieutenant Dan didn't want to live after the fact that he had lost his legs. He said, I was supposed to die. And he didn't know how to get back into society.
No.
Period.
Perfect illustration.
That's a perfect illustration of what we're talking about today. But the fact is that even when Forrest Gump, when he made he still wanted to die when he was on the boat. He said, yeah, where's your God?
He had a purpose.
He had a purpose. Yeah. Exactly. And then at the end, it played out so great. But what I'm saying, the fact of it is, we may not be the Forrest Gump, but we can be the Forrest Gump to help Lieutenant Dan. All the Lieutenant Dans that are here, we can reach out to do that part, to reach out to help somebody. So that, and in the end, they're going to see that the help was there, that the love was there, that we can share. And I think love covers all. When you do it, and I'm talking agape love that we should all have, that when you see a person in need, because I strongly believe, today I could be sitting right here, tomorrow I could be out asking Robbie, I need $10. You never know.
You never know.
You never know. But I say that and I want to paint this picture for our viewers. When you see the veterans on the street, when you see them, if they're having to, you don't know the story that they're trying to tell when you see them when they're hiding in the woods. and you come by and I say, oh my God, where do those people come from? When you see them on the street, when they say, listen at this, Pete, and I'll tell you, I whooped my car around and I turned around on Davis Highway. There was a gentleman, this was several years back. He was standing there, he was dressed nice, he was clean. It was hot as ever, but his sign, he said, I'm a veteran. I am not asking for anything, but I really need help for my family. I'm going through, that's what his sign said. When I read that, but to see how he looked, because usually I wouldn't give nobody any money, but when I saw this man, something on the inside of me said, turn around. I went up the street of Davis Highway, came back around in that Burger King parking lot, came back up and gave him some money. Because the sincerity I saw in his face, or the need that I saw what he had written on that card. And he wasn't there pulling up like, looking like who did it and what they did it for. He was somebody I felt that was really in need, something that he was going through that touched me on the inside, that caused me to turn around and go back to share with what I had. And that's what we're asking you to do today, ladies and gentlemen. You think about that, what you see. You think about this. We are asking you to be a part of that's going to help the entire community when it comes to safety. We're talking about with the Pensacola Police Department. You see those canines out there. You see them in the car. They have protected you and will continue to protect us and the officers that are with them. But we want that protection on them by getting those other 3 vests that we need.
That is correct.
We need 3 more, $3,500.
Absolutely.
And now who's to say, if you just want to call and say, I'll give you 35, I'll take it. Back.
Or more.
Or more. I know, because but I'm saying that you can go to the website and make donations. And this is not just saying something because I know how to talk. This is a need that is there that I think the community can come together and let's fulfill it. You always say it's the holiday season, it's about giving. Let's start giving. Reach a little bit lower. Look at Rob. I don't know what you're laughing at, Rob. I'm saying.
Good preach.
No, I just tell the story and I want them to understand its truth. We're going to be back and talk about more with the veterans and what we're doing right here on Blab TV.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if auto owners make sense for you.
Keep going, more. No, stop!
I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida and the host of Coming of Age. Watch our show to find out what we're doing for our seniors and their families, and hear from area experts and local business owners about their programs and services. Want to help? Find out how you can work with us to bring a better future to our seniors. Watch Coming of Age, 3:30 p.m. Wednesdays, only on Blab TV.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I wanted to tell you more about our powertrain warranty forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the powertrain warranty forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with the powertrain warranty forever at Icon Automotive.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner on this Friday edition. Well, this is the last shopping weekend of the holiday, so look at this. I'm going to put something on your mind. You want to give the gift of love? Go to the website. What's that website again?
VetCVFoundation.org.
VetCV, come on now, foundation.org. So that's your way of giving today. Let's give a gift of love. If we're going to give love before Christmas Day, I mean, I'm not going to look. I know Robert said talk, Sunshine. Don't try to sing, just talk. But no, we've got so many. I heard you guys saying that you want to talk about something else that you brought up. We don't want to go against it. What we're doing with this now, Pete?
Our goal is to help veterans and their families, obviously, but we are just one of many that are out there in this community are doing some of the same things we do.
Right.
Our intention is not to overlap what they're doing. Our intention is to basically assign an alliance partnership with others.
Absolutely.
And get the strength together.
Absolutely.
But we definitely do not want to overtake their position, and we welcome them to come in and let's see if we can help them. So it's very important that we work together as a team because, again, none of us can do everything by ourselves.
I agree 100%.
Just can't do it.
I agree. Well, that's the slogan this year for the theme for the parade. One team, one dream. And I think that is so beautiful. One team, one dream. We're working toward the same. My cliche is, I don't care who get the ball across the goal line. We're on the same team. We're still going to win.
That's it.
Collaboration, not competition.
There you go. But the fact of it is, what you do, though, it's got to be, it's a fulfilling opportunity for people to feel like they're a part of. Right. Because some of the things that we don't even talk about that's happening that you would think people would be more interested in. When I say veterans, when they are in the military, my brother, rest his soul, my older brother, he was in the war, okay? But there were times there were things I can hear Jake saying some things that would pop up that he would remember and how things, I understand what you're talking about. Because it happened, I mean, he was 18 and back then they drafted him.
How often did he ask for help?
He got his help though. He did. But there were things he went through when he found out when he first got out.
Right, that's what we're talking about. How often did he ask for help when he first got out?
Not too often. Yeah. He didn't.
Yeah.
He was, you're right. He didn't. Yeah. And I mean, but he would tell the stories, about when he was there. And so can you imagine that? Ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine that? This is why we're keeping this top of mind. And I want them, because we're going to work together, and not to overshine anybody, but only to collaborate to become more of one, so that we can do more for the veterans. That's one thing that my heart is set to do. I want to do more, to work more, to make a difference, so that everybody can be, or to feel the love and the things that they have to overcome.
That's true.
Because that's a lot to overcome. I can't get the thought out of my head when you said, when you walk out, I've been in this place for all these years. Now I'm stepping into a whole new life. That's got to be one transition.
It's scary.
Very scared. Don't have a job. Got to make all this work. But I've been fighting for my country. You understand what I'm saying? Unbelievable. And I just want people to realize how important it is that we as a community, that we can change things by working together. I really believe that. And I just think for all that we're trying to do, we can make it even better. Reach deep, people. Reach deep. Let's see, somebody wants to say something to us. Let's see who this is this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Sunshine.
Good morning. Hey, Kingdom Walker.
The two brothers, brother Pete, and I just want to say, simplify to you, Di.
Hoorah.
I'm a Vietnam combat veteran. They trained us how to kill, and they didn't care how we felt. And there was no debrief.
None.
Really?
None.
Sunshine.
Team, acronym for team, TEAM. Together, everybody achieves much.
I love it. He calls me with the acronyms and I love it. I be waiting on him. Come on, Kingdom Walker.
Forrest Gump told Lieutenant Dan, in reality, he said, Lieutenant Dan, you ain't gonna never dance no more. Because you ain't got no legs.
That's right.
To my fellow veterans, when I got back, I was so messed up that I finally fell down on my knees. When I got back up, PTSD stood for praising the Savior daily. And when you do that, it'll help clear your mind field, and you can walk without fear of things blowing up in your life.
Oh my God!
Huh?
But Kendra Walker, I never knew. I mean, I knew that you were in the military, but when you got out, did you feel alone or separated or what?
Yeah, I went into cocaine, drugs, poontang.
Wait a minute. What is poontang?
Poontang is explosive. It'll blow up and it'll kill you.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
Yes.
I was made a military leader when I stepped off the bus, the first night of basic training. Yeah. My wife and I served for over 71 years, and I retired as a senior leader out at Naval Air Station. My whole time in leadership, I would tell my war fighters, I said, learn how to swiftly and efficiently kill. Maximize your own personal skill. Seek to do God's will, and you'll be able to go home instead of going crazy.
Oh my God! But I mean, Kingdom Walker, I love your acronym, but today you made me laugh. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up now because I want to hear other people. Supernatural blessings on y'all during this period of the year, and just get a little closer to the Lord.
Amen.
PTSD. If you start praising the Savior daily, it'll help clear your minefield.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you,
God bless
Kingdom
y'all.
Walker.
Bye-bye.
You know, what did he say?
You said the truth.
A lot of truths. Yeah.
A lot of
Cocaine, poontang,
it. And everything in between.
Terrible drugs.
I love Kingdom Walker, but I mean, but he is a military man. I just can't get that out of my head. I'm gonna have you off camera, okay? Because I don't understand. But anyways, we got another call. See, but this is just Pete. Stop. Good morning.
Good morning, Sonshine. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, I was wanting to ask the gentlemen, have they, do they know if Fleet and families have any type of grief counseling available for the men when they come back, or if just in general, do the service provide grief counseling for the members when they come back from comeback?
I can take this one. I know that the Vet Center on Mobile Highway, they had just moved. They go through a grief counseling and some kind of treatment for vets who have PTSD and trauma out there. The Military Family Service Center, they're not so, I mean, I'm sure they probably would, but they're not set there to do those things. They're more to keep the families together. But the Vet Center, which is under the VA, does that, and they do a great job.
Okay. Good. Did you hear that, sir?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that, when every one of them that come back from any type of deployment, I think that they should automatically go into some type of counseling treatment for, even if it's just once a week, an hour a week or something like that. They should have that automatic set up for each member of service.
It's set up, but you can't make them go.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
And that's the resource problem. We have plenty of resources, but again, the people through their own design may not want to go or don't feel that they're ready to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that
they should make that mandatory, and then they should maybe add a payment incentive or something like that for that part of that process when they return.
The problem with making it mandatory, how truthful will they be? And how forthcoming will they be?
And if they're discharged, then you can't mandatory anyone to do something like that. So it's a stigma that they don't want to go to treatment for PTSD or anything mental health related, simply because it lessens their value. And if you're in the service and you seek out that mental health within the service, you get tagged, unfortunately, that you got problems. And sometimes you can be looked down upon by your superior officers or your fellow service people.
Not getting assignments. I mean,
yeah.
Oh my God, there's a lot that we don't know that we have to know in order to do that. And did that answer your question, caller?
It did.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. And I tell you, my God, you see, there's so many things like, I understand when you say you cannot mandatory make anybody do anything, but we're going to touch that when we come back, because I think that I see what you're saying. There's resources there, but we cannot say, hey, look, you got to go this, and the military cannot say, you got to do this. No, it can't work that way. Sunshine's here with you on this Friday with nothing but the best of information. I tell you, you can't find it anywhere like this on the Gulf Coast other than Sunshine's Corner on Blab TV.
Welcome to Little John's Big and Tall, where tall men and big men go for style, fit, and comfort. We offer a wide variety of styles and unique brands that service all sizes from large to 14X, as well as tall sizes from large tall to 6X tall. Our knowledgeable staff are here to make sure you have a stress-free experience and answer any of your questions. Little John's has been named Best of Pensacola and Best of the Bay for 4 years in a row. Visit Little John's at 5700 North Davis or visit us online at littlejohnsbigandtall.com.
It's time to find a health plan that can keep up with your life. A plan that makes getting care convenient, with doctors around the corner.
I can get used to that.
Plus, 24/7 access to care. Plans that keep more money in your pocket, with plan payments as low as $0.
$0. Looks good to me.
Let's find your health solution. Speak to a dedicated Florida Blue agent today. Call 1-850-393-7036 to learn more.
Is it time yet?
It's time.
Fun story time for dinner.
Oh, terrific.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Some attorney ads are really over the top, within-your-face concepts. Not this one, because there's nothing exciting about bankruptcy law. But if you're struggling with credit card debt, medical bills, student loans, repossession, or mortgage payments, you'll want to hear this. Lewis & Jernivoy has helped thousands of people with financial problems for over 20 years. We may be able to help you achieve financial freedom, and that is exciting. Call Lewis & Jernivoy today for a free consultation.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner on this Friday edition. I tell you, this has been one lively show. I tell you, it's been a great show. Robbie's trying to hold it in, Pete trying to hold it in, but that's okay. We are about, I think laughter is good for the soul. But I want to bring this back around, and I want to thank the callers for all of their input today. But when you were talking with the last caller, was saying, why can't you have this set up when they leave that it's mandatory? But you cannot. You can tell, they know it's there, but you can't say, look, you better go.
Right.
And you said something, Robert, that I had never thought about. Even if they did, how truthful they're going to be.
Exactly.
To talk to somebody and get through this problem, because you're going to probably paint a picture that's not even there if I'm having to make you go anyway.
Right, because the goal is to get out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
and if you're not going to tell the truth, it's not going to help you anyway.
Right.
Absolutely. But ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to realize today, we've had a great conversation today, but I hope that you can see what I'm trying to get you to really take within your heart to start to doing something. We're not trying to overshine anybody, but we are trying to connect the dots so we can do better. Collectively, I do believe when we put all of our resources together, there's nothing we can't do. We're talking about vests for the K-9 for the Pensacola Police Department. And look, Chief Randall, such a good friend. But you got to think what they're dealing with every single day in protection of you. And we want to protect those police canines just as well.
Yes.
Just as well. And they go through the same type training to do what the men do to protect. So You know if you ever walk up to a police officer and you hug them and they feel hard, that's that vest. Because I mean, it's like I say, is it heavy? I mean, but the fact of it is, we want to have that for the other officers as well, which are the canines.
Men and women.
Men and women. Oh yes, you're right.
Absolutely.
There you go. So we want to make sure if you would like to be a part and donate so we can get these other 3 vests that are so needed for the puppies. Website again?
VetCVFoundation.org.
That's right, VetCVFoundation.org. And if you don't have it, I'll give it to you later. Text me and I'll make sure you all have it. Inbox me, I'll get it. But the fact of it is, reach deep so that we can make a difference. And what the kingdom, he said PTSD. I think he said pray something daily.
Pray to Savior daily.
That's right. Pray to the Savior daily. I think that's what he gives me acronyms that fits everything, right? And I'll call him sometimes. I say, Kingdom Walker, can you give me one for this? I mean, but he does. But it has such power with that. And the fact of it is, and I do believe in prayer.
Right.
God, I know I believe in prayer. But the fact of it is that what we're trying to do today is just to bring awareness of what we need to make sure that all are protected, the canines as well, because they are on the police force. They are our protection, the protection for a lot of things. You think about it, you see them in the car, they got their little things on, they got a badge.
They're sworn deputies or police officers.
Absolutely. So let's do what we can to make a difference. I mean, if you want to be that person to do the whole thing, that's fine. We'll take that too. Even more. We'll buy 5. Whatever it may be. But the fact, that's what we've been trying to take care of today. And I want to say to you guys, keep doing what you're doing. And look, I'm ready to get out there and just work even more to make a difference, because I believe that we can do that together.
Yes.
And Robbie,
I got you on speed dial. So.
You took the words off my lips. That's I got your speed dial.
Yes.
I just put you on.
Okay, then good. Now we got, all of us got each other's numbers, and we can get in touch and to make sure that we keep the message going, because this is what we are here, and I get people to understand this. And well, sometimes why? Because this is your community station. This is your information network, and whatever we can do to make sure that you are empowered by knowledge, that's what we're going to do, because knowledge is power. And once we apply that, there's nothing we can't do.
Nothing.
And I mean, continue to do what you're doing. Robert, what are you going to be doing for Christmas? You going to cook a turkey?
I am going to probably be down helping feed the homeless that Jeff Henderson does every year. So it's not.
Oh, really?
Yes. On the 25th. So
on
come
Christmas
on down.
Day?
Yes, underneath. It's by the pool.
Underneath the bridge?
Underneath the bridge. So come on out. You know, volunteers are needed, as well as donations, whether it be clothing and or monetary. So.
See, this is what I said. Bring a coat, bring a blanket, bring some socks.
You go. Yes.
You know, toothpaste, deodorant, all these things that are needed, and that's going to be given out on Christmas Day. Didn't I tell you it's time for giving? That's not you can give a present. Let that be your present. Oh, Rob, I didn't know you'd do that.
Yes.
I might come by.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, look, come on over here.
Come on over there. There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
What are you going to be doing, Pete?
I was thinking about going fishing, going to the beach. Oh, wait a minute, I can't do that. It's a little chilly.
Did you see my mouth got stuck?
No, I think I'll let someone else do the cooking this year.
Oh, you usually cook?
Yes, always.
Really?
Absolutely.
I'm the microwave queen.
I'm a Greek, so I got to cook.
You got to cook. I asked that because, you know, we are up on this holiday season, and it's all about family. Right. And I know that what we're doing today, we're talking about that. And these people that are on the street, they have family as well. So let's try to do, because Robbie, with that being done under the bridge, I know there's going to be a lot of people that's going to come out that's going to need that. And it's going to be a hot meal too.
Great gourmet cooking. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Do they have grits?
No, but gumbo. The last time I was there was gumbo.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Do you like grits, Pete?
Oh, absolutely.
Me and you both.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm from Carolina, of course. You like
I mean, hello. Give me some grits and fish and grits.
There you go.
But the fact of it is, I didn't know that was going on Christmas Day. But that's a good thing, because people can come there to get things that are needed. Blankets, socks, and if you want to, and they still need donations, you still got time to do that. Who would they contact? You?
You can call me and I'll put them in touch with Jeff.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
You want me to give you a number, or you gonna give? Do you want everybody to have that? Reach out to me.
Yes, there you go.
And I will let you know how to get it. I will get in touch with them so that you all can help with that. That's coming up. That's a good thing on Christmas Day. I mean, but everybody, what we've talked about today is something that's prevalent in our community. It is something that we should all take and be a part of. I cannot say enough during this holiday season. Let's not forget the real giver. It's all about giving, but let's remember the giver who has already given. Let's not forget the real reason why we're celebrating, and remember to not just capitalize or commercialize everything about this day, because there's so much in need. I don't want you to get so into that you forget all about why, the reason for this season. As Kingdom Walker would say, he is the one. He is the only one. So do that for us today. And remember, if you would like to be a part of what we've talked about all day today, you can do that by making the difference, by making a donation, and we will gladly accept that. It has been a fantastic day. Believe it or not, our hour is up, and I cannot believe it's gone by so quickly. Whenever I'm getting information that fits, it seems like the clock just ticks so fast. But let me reiterate this to you, ladies and gentlemen. I know that everybody out, I've seen them doing that last-minute shopping and out in the malls and spending and going fast and not focused on where you're going. Be extra careful. Please, make sure when you're out there, you got to be safe for yourself and that other person as well. If you're traveling, like this morning, somebody tried to run me off the freeway, but that's okay. Be safe. I laid in on the horn. What I want you to do is to enjoy this holiday season. I'll be back on Monday, but enjoy this season, and this weekend, make sure you do something nice or kind for everybody else. I leave you with a thought every day, because I believe this from my heart, that if you continue to do what you're doing in a positive way, never, ever, ever lose your focus on what you're doing. And if you remember to keep God first and seek his ways, I guarantee you that you are going to be a total success. So until Monday morning for another day of sunshine with nothing but information right here from your community station, saying thank you from the Veterans Association, your Sonshine, leaving it with you because I love you with a perfect kind of love. And you know this. I want you to be safe. And thank you guys for getting up early. And I will be talking with you guys real, real soon. Happy holidays to you.
Same to you. Thanks for having us.
Very much so. Until Monday, bye for now. Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.